What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with yet another video. And I gotta say, you guys, maybe Tim Pool is a little bit of a psychic, man. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. Maybe he called it correctly. I don't know. What I do know is that Trump says he's willing to go to jail after judge's contempt of court order. I have to watch every word I tell you, people. He told reporters at the court. Now, as a person who's been to jail a lot, not serving time or anything, but just putting putting prisoners in it. I can tell you that jail is not a nice place to be. Now he would probably be in county, you know, for holding for 30 days. Supposedly is the time that they would give him. But man, can you imagine that? Putting a former president, a billionaire, behind bars for 30 days? What type of Secret Service nightmare would that be? And would it be, like Tim Pool said, would it be Judge Juan Merchan basically giving the election to Donald Trump at that point if he puts him in jail? Because by making him a martyr, essentially. Let us read here from the Epic Times. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. We would love to have you as members of the flock. The air is for everyone. Now, to business. It says former President Donald Trump on Monday evening said that he is willing to go to jail after a New York judge threatened to incarcerate him for what he said are violations of his gag order. These violations that have had nothing to do with it. The judge has been reframing everything to make it seem like Donald Trump is some sort of mafioso, some sort of mob boss. It's absolutely insane. Okay. On Monday morning, Judge Juan Merchan fined the former president for a 10th time, but stipulated that he might jail the former president if the violations continue. The order prohibits the 45th president from commenting on witnesses, members of the jury, certain court staffers, and Judge Juan Merchan's family members. I have to watch every word I tell you, people, because this judge has given me a gag order and said you'll go to jail if you violate it, President Trump told reporters. And frankly, you know what? Our Constitution is much more important than jail. It's not even close. I'll do that sacrifice any day. Like that. He's got them like that. They're huge. I can't even show you in my hands how big his brass balls are. But that's the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it needs to be. Prosecutors have indicated that they do not want Judge Juan Merchan to jail the former president, saying in court filings that it would serve as a distraction in their trial. Or make a martyr out of him and give the election to the right, which is something the left does not want. You know what I'm saying? But the judge said that $1,000 fines for gag order violations are not serving as a deterrent, adding, going forward, this court will have to consider a jail sanction. Mr. Trump, it's important to understand the last thing I want to do is put you in jail. You are the former president of the United States and possibly the next one as well, he said. So as much as I do not want to impose a jail sanction, the judge added, I want you to understand that I will if necessary and appropriate. Bro, would have told him to fucking suck my presidential balls at that point. Prosecutors had argued that President Trump made 4 violations, but the judge only agreed with 1. The only violation stems from an April 22nd interview with television channel Real America's Voice, in which President Trump criticized the speed at which the jury was picked and claimed that it was likely stacked with Democrats knowing the jurisdiction in Manhattan. Yeah, he's right. And it's supposed to be a group of your peers. Can a former president billionaire really get a group of his peers? Honestly, are we like him? Do we live his life? Do we have any idea of what his life is like? Constantly being asked for selfies and autographs and constantly being harangued by media. Do you think that we know what it's like to be like that? Because I'm not his peer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not his peer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because President Trump still receives U.S. Secret Service protection, it's not clear how our agents would protect the former president if he is jailed. That's the other thing I was talking about. What on earth are they going to do if he's in prison? Just keep him 30 days in solitary? That's inhumane. A spokesperson for the Secret Service told the Epoch Times on Tuesday that it must provide protection for current government leaders and former presidents and first ladies, although its statement did not go into specifics. President Trump, the Republican Party's presumptive presidential nominee, is charged with 34 felonies of falsifying business records in connection with payments he made during the 2016 campaign, but he has pleaded not guilty and denied any wrongdoing. The trial is the first, of his 4 criminal cases to come before a jury. Sorry, that is such bullshit though, isn't it? So far, multiple witnesses, including former Trump Organization officials, have testified in the trial. On Monday, former Trump Organization controller Jeffrey McConney responded to questions from lawyers about the payments that were sent to former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, who then paid adult film performer Stormy Daniels to not speak publicly about an alleged affair that President Trump has denied. Mr. Connie told defense attorney Emil Bove under questioning that payments sent to Mr. Cohen were marked as legal expenses. Prosecutors say that it was an attempt to cover up the true nature of the alleged crime, arguing that it was designed to interfere in the 2016 election. They can't prove it though, can they? 2 weeks ago, in opening statements, the defense attorney Todd Blanche said that it was McConney who made the payments and did not consult President Trump. He's not going to say he talked to President Trump about it. He's not going to say that he called the White House and interrupted a meeting as President Trump was running the country and said, hey, we got this invoice. I know we're trying to cover it up here. Absolutely not, Mr. Blanche said. But Mr. McConney and another witness testified that the reimbursement checks were drawn from President Trump's personal account. Yet even as jurors witnessed the checks and other documentary evidence, prosecutors did not elicit testimony Monday showing that the former president dictated that the payments would be logged as legal expenses, a designation that prosecutors contend was intentionally deceptive. Can you prove it? Because straight up, even though I'm a former police officer, it goes by Blackstone's ratio, man. I would rather 10 guilty people go free than 1 innocent man go in prison. And that's the way all of us should think. Because why on earth would we want to jail 1 guilty man, 1 innocent man, excuse me? Why would you want to? Isn't that like one of the worst things that you can do, to lose your freedom, lose your rights, get marked as a criminal, and then have to fight the rest of your life to prove your innocence when you really are innocent? Like, just think about that. It's nuts. Mr. McConney acknowledged during cross-examination that the former president never asked him to log the reimbursements as legal expenses or discuss the matter with him at all. Another witness, Deborah Tarasoff, a Trump Organization accounts payable supervisor, said under question that she did not get permission to cut the checks in question from the former president himself. Mr. Cohen and Ms. Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, are both expected to testify in the trial. They're always giving that woman's government. It's kind of funny. Several witnesses who testified in the case include former Trump campaign aide Hope Hicks, have cast doubt on the credibility of Mr. Cohen. Of course, he has no credibility. During testimony last week and under questioning from Mr. Bove, Ms. Hicks disputed claims that Mr. Cohen was a fixer for President Trump and suggested he would often go rogue. Even with all of this, and you know how I feel, and you guys have seen other things, I still think he's going to get railroaded because he doesn't have a jury of his peers. He just doesn't. And then on top of that, he's got this bullshit gag order, and they're not even televising the trial. I mean, it's a sham. It's a sham. It's a disgrace to the justice system. It kind of makes me ashamed and hurt to be a former police officer, because this is not what I hurt myself and my wife hurt herself for, to do this. This is not why we did it. We sacrificed our bodies because we believed in an ideal, and this is not that ideal, man. It's not. But you guys, I try to keep it 100 with you guys at all times. So that's the way I feel. Let me know how you guys feel down below. Love to hear it. As I always say, I always try to respond. And you guys stay safe and stay based.